Do you get the feeling of making something, let's say a project, and then check the tools that you have and all of a sudden you go, oh no, the handle fell off. Well, good news! This time, we gonna go maintenance. All tools and equipment must be properly maintained to observe safety. Construction regulations requires inspections of vehicles, tools, machines, and equipment before use. Preventive maintenance is the systematic care and protection of tools, equipment, and machines in order to keep them in a safe, usable condition that limits downtime and extends productivity. We must always be aware that maintenance tasks themselves are potentially hazardous and can result in injury. The successful maintenance program is well organized and scheduled, controls hazards, defines operational procedures, and trains key personnel. But first, what's the point of maintenance if we don't know our tools? Oh, you know it, don't you? Well, let's recall some of them. Well, you definitely know all of this, right? Well, let's check. Assume that you got all of this at home. First off, why is it important to check the condition of tools and equipment? What is the correct maintenance of tools and equipment? And how do you conduct the checking of tools and equipment? That's a lot, isn't it? Well, that's the first activity for today. Answer these questions in your test notebook. Alright, but not so fast there, bud. Yeah, boy. Remember this from the first module? Well, it's back. Group the tools and equipment according to its materials. Now, those are out of the way, safely, we can move on. The purpose of an inspection is to identify whether work equipment can be operated, adjusted, and maintained safely, with any deterioration detected and remedied before it results in a health and safety risk. So, there are 4 types of maintenance, and we're gonna go into this one by one. First off is the corrective maintenance. Maintenance is carried out following detection of an anomaly and aimed at restoring normal operating conditions. This approach is based on the firm belief that the costs sustained for downtime and repair in case of fault are lower than the investment required for maintenance program. This strategy may be cost-effective until catastrophic faults occur. Next is the preventive maintenance. Maintenance carried out at predetermined intervals or according to prescribed criteria aimed at reducing the failure of risk or performance degradation of the equipment. The maintenance cycles are planned according to the need to take the device out of service. The incidence of operating faults is reduced. Next is the risk-based maintenance. Maintenance carried out by integrating analysis, measurement, and periodic test activities to standard preventive maintenance. The gathered information is viewed in the context of the environmental, operation, and process condition of the equipment in the system. The aim is to perform the asset condition and risk assessment and define the appropriate maintenance program. All equipment displayed abnormal values is refurbished or replaced. In this way, it is possible to extend the useful life and guarantee over time high levels of reliability, safety, and efficiency of the plant. Last is the condition-based maintenance. Maintenance based on the equipment performance monitoring and the control of the corrective actions taken as a result. The real actual equipment condition is continuously assessed by the online detection of significant working device parameters and their automatic comparison with average values in performance. Maintenance is carried out when certain indicators give the signaling that the equipment is deteriorating and the failure possibility is increasing. This strategy in the long term allows reducing drastically the costs associated with maintenance, thereby minimizing the occurrence of serious faults and optimizing the available economic resources management. Now, how are we going to do this maintenance thing? Well, here's a few basic tips. First off, make sure that there are no rust. If there are, make sure to separate them to the others. Rust can spread, and every metallic object that you know can have rust. So it is better to have a pristine tool on one hand that can be used later than to have both tools degrading because of rust. Next is check their usage regularly. If the tool that you are using is broken, throw it away. It is good to recycle but not with tools. I mean, of course, you can follow some basic DIY crafts to turn them into something useful, but we don't recommend it for this time, especially when we are still understanding how these tools work. Next is never wash your metal tools in water for it to be the reason of having rust. Just never do that. That is one of the main reasons why tools are rusting. Next is vinegar and baking soda are the most effective way on how to remove rust on a metal tool. I mean, sure, this is fun to watch in a science experiment where you put both into a bottle and turn it into a volcano because it causes fizzing, but that is just a part of it. It actually removes rust. Now, another thing, you should make a label of defective tools. Separate the ones that are working and the ones that has defects in it. Makes it easier to identify and, most importantly, report the list of defective tools. Don't keep it to yourself. There's a difference between a broken tool and a broken bone because of negligence of maintenance, especially if you're the one that discovered it. So, next soft. Yeah, we're done. And we know what's next again. Activity. No, you're not going to do some stuff with tools just yet. We're going to do some maintenance. Yeah. You have any available tools in your home, right? So, let's do this. Ready your device to capture your activity. First, check the tools and equipment that you have, then separate the defective tools to the functional ones. Label the defective tools and make a presentation of your performance in checking your tools and equipment. Here's the criteria. If you have any more questions, you can just ask your teacher about it. Oh, I forgot. Here are the definitions of the 4 types of maintenance. Got that? Good. Here's the next activity. Answer this in your test notebook. And finally, how did this lesson help you? You can answer that in the test notebook as well. And another module done. That seems fast compared to the other ones that we had. As usual, do this at your own pace and don't get too stressed. I know this is getting too complicated, especially online, but just hang on. We're nearly there. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and see you in the next video.